we were doing it before the pandemic where it's all about schedule, right? So I would schedule times where I'd go to each office. And so, early on with the 5 offices, I had an office meeting at every individual office every week. And we'd bring our staff attorney with us and a manager of that office and, make it real collaborative, involve the agents, and really have a good time doing that. So we did that, and then we were forced not to do that. And actually, thank God for Zoom, because it did allow some ability to connect better than sending out an email or even a phone, because you could interact and that sort of thing. So, but now we're back to trying to figure out, now as we're getting past this Omicron, I think we're going to get back out, and we call it the road show, middle to late last year, when we had it kind of slow down, and to get out there and meet people in person, because without that relationship, I mean, you just don't create that trust to be able to interact and problem solve and help agents grow. Yeah,
I always talk to agents that, I get hit up a lot of, because of my social media, about like, I'm brand new in the industry.
Right.
First question I always get, where should I go work? That's what everyone, and I always tell them all the same. Don't worry about your split. That's the last thing you should be worrying about. I know you think it's the most important thing, it's the last. And then I'm like, 2, don't care the technology or whatever. Like, who are you going to have to talk to every single day in that office, and do you feel confident with them? That's the number one thing. Like, I left my old broker and came here where I'm at now, and like, I'm so grateful. She's so nice, and I can still call her and ask her questions. But it's like, I'll get off the phone there, I'm like, man, that's what I miss.
Yeah. Seeing
her. That conversation with my old broker, I miss.
Well, hopefully that's keeping many of our agents with us.
I believe it. I think nowadays that's what keeps people there, because the technology is everywhere. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to hear if I get one more spam call this week about how their technology is going to change my business, it's it's not going to. Right. I haven't had a website in 2 years, like, or any auto emails or nothing. I'm doing just fine. Right. I think too many people now lean on the technology and get away from the personal business, because the real estate agents, it's personal.
Yeah. Well, human nature, we're all looking for that silver bullet, some easier way to make more money, right? And hey, there's economies of scale, and there's things that make you more efficient, more effective, and we should always look at those. But in the final analysis, it's your ability to put a plan into action, stick to that plan, and work it every single day towards a goal that's, personal to you, that causes you to get up in the morning and bounce in your step. And I think too many people are kind of looking for the fast, easy buck instead of developing a career of, repeat and referral, and ways to meet new people, ways to add value into the consumer's life so they come to you.
Yeah. This is a question I have for you, because you have so many offices, you've been around so long. Like, do you feel like, because of our stats as an agent, that 95% don't make it past 3 years, the average agent does less than 12 deals a year, things like that, do you think that we allow too many people in the industry, or do you think the body alarm, NAR, car, and things like that, we need to do a better way to get these people educated in doing business?
A little of both. I think there should be probably a little more barriers to entry. I mean, this is an industry you can get in with not even a high school graduation, degree. You can get in for very little money, just the ability to take a few classes and pass a test. And while I like the fact that anybody can do this, what business can you get in with, under $1,000? You're in, you're a part of a board, and you're ready to roll, and you can make a 6-figure income in your first year.
Isn't that crazy?
And 7-figure income. Our number one agent made to him over $6 million last year. That's thoracic surgeons, the top-notch ones in the world don't make that, right? I mean, so, but I still think that, we have to be careful and make sure that those that are out there in the industry, they're taking, they're being held to be entrusted to sell the most valuable asset of a consumer, or help them make a biggest decision in their life, buying their first home or the next home. And I don't take that lightly.
No.
And that, and that's kind of how we lead our company. We don't hire part-time, or rarely brand new. We do hire some brand new, but we don't focus on that. We're looking for the entrepreneurial agent that wants a platform of freedom, that can go out and run their business as long as it's moral, legal, and ethical, but knows that they have resources, tools, collaboration, support, in-house attorney, all the things that one needs under the umbrella of the RE/MAX system with referrals in 112 countries and 140,000 cousins throughout the world for referrals and such. But really it comes down to running your business. So we really don't put a lot of handcuffs on them. We want to just encourage them and support them, but let them run.
Yeah, it's I was actually listening to a call the other day. Someone was trying to pitch someone on coming, and actually remixed it, not from 1 year to 2.
Yeah.
But and the guy said it was actually pretty. It's like I never thought about it this way because my business isn't cold calling or things like that. My business is my face. But he's like, listen, I work for RE/MAX. When I cold call anywhere and I say I work for RE/MAX, they know who RE/MAX is, like immediately. But if you called and said you're at 123 Main Street Realty, no one's gonna know who that is. You have no brand recognition.
Right.
He's like, so that's really hard for me to walk away from that brand. And I never thought about it that way because that's not my style of business. I guess if I was cold calling, I would. It is a lot easier to say a big brand name that people immediately know. Okay, we know what that brand means.
Right. It really does help. As wearing my real estate sales practitioner hat, because I still think as an agent, and I always will. We're agent centric, and I believe that my clients are my agents. So I'm constantly looking for ways to make them better and help them. But when first 15 years of my career, I was at Independence, a very small one, and then a brand new one that became much bigger, so the name got out there. But there were times that they would. I remember one time I was referred in, real strong referral from a good past client, great listing, across the valley in the San Fernando Valley, across the valley. Went went great. They go, okay, we're going to talk it over. I tried to close. Finally, they go, okay, we need to think about it, right? And tried all the tie downs and such. But next day or two, they said, yeah, we decided to. You were great, but we're going with Coldwell Banker. I go, wow. May I ask who your agent? Which agent? They go, Coldwell Banker. What's her name, honey? I go, oh, I just got beat by not a person.
You got beat by the brand.
By a company. Yeah. And that's just one little anecdote, but never do someone say, well, I haven't heard of your company. Yeah. One less thing to overcome. And one of the things we teach is when you're on your listing presentation, and the listing presentation is so important, isn't it? You get that, you're working hard, you're doing what you do, or you're cold calling, and then you get the option or the opportunity to go in there and compete for a listing, and you want to make sure you do well. But one of the things we can say is, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, the reality is I can do pretty much everything else that the other agent you're interviewing, but they don't have everything I have, because I do have. And we talk about our international network and our referrals. And then Gold Nation is something I'm proud to be part of. You asked how many offices we have. In RE/MAX one, we have 17. But in Gold Nation, it's this partnership I've created with James O'Brien to the north. We're now in 5 states, 120 offices and 2,600 agents, $17 billion in annual sales. And that's like brothers and sisters, up and down, referring, up and down, commercial, residential. It's been a great association. And it really does truly give our agents a little advantage in order to win.